Hello, beautiful souls. I hope you're doing very well. My name is Annabelle Ivaya. I am an intuitive coach. I do healing and I'm studying astrology. So you're gonna receive more information about astrology on my channel because I'm very, very passionate about it. So we have lots of different kinds of things happening this month, lots of planets in retrograde. But before I get into the energies of this month, I wanted to tell you that I have this 30-day immersion abundance where we're gonna actually dive deeper into the topics that I had to connect to be able to receive more in my own life as I started this endeavor of having my own spiritual business, and what it meant for me to recalibrate and re-encode my own life, my keys of abundance inside of me so that I would not live in scarcity and lack anymore. I've had a lot of that in my lineage, and when I started my business, it was very difficult at first. Since I've started my business, I'm always wanting other people to do exactly the same. Like, how can you bring your beautiful activated gifts, your clear senses, your intuition to the forefront so that it guides you in your life? I do a lot of help one-on-one and groups for that as well. And then how can you make a business out of it so that it makes you feel like you're finally on your path? So if that's something that calls to you, reach out, message me so that we can connect, so that I can help you within 3 months to get your business going. This is something that I've been very passionate about since early on in my business, because I knew how it was difficult for me. Like, I didn't know anything about anything and I wanted to put myself out there, but I was scared and there was so many things to untangle so that my path forward would be actually in a way that was feeling good to me. So it was, how can I actually use my gifts in a way that feels good to me, in a way that actually people actually connect to me, right? If I'm hiding in my space and not making any videos and never online, and I want to have an online business, it's going to be a bit difficult. But you need to follow your passions and so many other things. We're going to look at that in my 30-day abundance immersion, so you can click the link and join us. We are starting the first session today, but you'll have replays of all of the sessions. So planets in retrograde. So from the Earth's perspective, when planets are going in retrograde, it's like, instead of going in a direction that we see them usually, they're going, it seems like they're going backwards. I do believe it's an illusion from the perspective that we have from this earth plane. But what it means is usually the sign in which the planet is retrograding will actually tell us about what we need to look within for. So like retrograding, meaning being more inward, not outward. And when you have, for example, Mercury that's in retrograde since the 25th, I believe, of November, it'll be until the 15th of December. For me, it's the first time that it's so intense. Like, I've seen people blocking each other for a miscommunication. I've seen people getting very angry because they can't share their opinions correctly, like the words are not coming out. You know, I'm gonna be doing this video, maybe I'll have to cut some parts because the words are not coming out right. This is usually the energy of Mercury in retrograde. The importance is being patient with ourselves so that we can breathe. You know, I had a miscommunication with someone and I was like, it's okay, no problem. I heard this, you thought you said that, it's fine. Now we understand each other. Okay, let's move on with that, right? But there's a lot of like, it's like, if this time around, I really feel it's kind of, it has a bit of layer of anger and resentment to it. So just be careful in how you say things. Don't take things personally, because everybody's feeling this energy. So nobody is like, oh, I don't feel that. Everybody's feeling it in a different way. So you can look at where Mercury sit in your chart. You can print a chart, or like just actually go on the website and put your information. You need your time of birth with your city of birth, of course, and your date of birth to be able to have all of the houses really well determined in your chart. So that's something important to look at. But you could look at where is Mercury, for example, and where you should. And it's always like, there's so many things impacting each other, all of the planets, you know, it's really difficult to say in a video that's general, like what everybody's gonna go through, because you have so many oppositions and conjunctions and planets are close together or opposing each other. All of that has an impact, but you can look at the number of the house where your Mercury is, and that should be around where the introspection about this planet should happen right now for you. You could also look at what sign all of the retrogrades I'm going to talk to you about are, so that you look also at those energies. The most important part is, if you're feeling you're going within a lot in December, it's because all of those planets are in retrograde. I had to make a list. So we have Mercury until the half of December in retrograde. Mercury is all about communication, and it's like, how can we assess a life? Like, you could revisit your past. I know for me, you can see my background has changed. I'm in a different town in Mexico, and I've moved to a new place now, and it's like, there's been in the last month for me, I'm always feeling the energies before the things happen, but it's like I feel like my timelines from the past are coming back, and I'm comparing places of living, relationships, and so many things like that have happened for me. And it's a process. It's okay. Like, don't attach to it. Just allow yourself to be in this self-reflective mode. It's okay, right? And we're at the end of the year, so we're more reflective on what we have done, where we're standing, where we want to go. We have Mars in retrograde from the 6th of December, so very soon. So Mars is a bit of a different one, because Mars is action forward. So when it's in retrograde, it could feel a bit like, oh, okay, like the energy for us to move forward is a bit less tangible. So the energy is like, can we go within again, review things, but being very mindful, because we could have, because Mars is like the warrior energy and the moving forward, and like the Aries energies. So if you're not actually connecting in and making sure that you're taking time to breathe and do things for you, you might feel bursts of anger. It's like the anger is kind of pushed down, and it needs to have a way of externalizing itself. So instead of having an outburst, maybe you can do a bit more sports this month, or trying your best to speak your truth instead of like not saying your truth and then feeling resentful. Sometimes also having indecisiveness in our energies, like I don't know how to make a decision anymore because Mars is not direct. Then we have Neptune also in retrograde since the month of July, and it will be until the 8th of December. So we're already in this energy since a while now, and Neptune is all about expansion and spirituality and connecting up, and it's like a more Piscean energy. You could be more in tune to like look within and ask deeper questions. But what we also feel is that sometimes it can feel like we're in a cloud. It's not very clear what we want, because the energies are a bit cloudy. Just being conscious of those energies that could influence us. I guess that's why. Astrology doesn't tell you how to live your life, but it says these energies are around and those are collectively felt. So, and they will be felt differently from which house is ruled by your Neptune, where your Neptune is actually sitting in your chart and everything. But like those energies are felt by everyone. So you allow yourself to just be aware of it might make a difference in how you can react to things that are happening for you. Those retrogrades, sometimes we feel they're not good, but they're self-reflecting energies. So it's good to like stop, and it's like a time to slow down. I think that's really what's this month of December is inviting us to do, is how can you slow down and look within what is important to you. Even if you don't find all of the answers, you start having at least the internal questions, and then things are going to be moving forward later, right? It's always temporary. Those things are always temporary. Then we have Uranus in retrograde until January the 30th, but it's been there since September. Uranus is the energy of change. I can tell you because my moon and Uranus are really, really close to each other, which means that you see a different background often. Yeah, it's not just because of that, but I know it's part of me, right? I do a lot of change in my business and the way I do my work. And for those that have known me for a long time, when I was a social worker, I would change my work every 9 to months to a year. I was a social worker, but I would change different positions, different departments. I always want to make change. I could not stay in a place that didn't feel like me, right? So of course there's sometimes like we get away from something we don't like, and that could be also like the transformation that Uranus is pushing us to like make a change. And sometimes the universe, when we are not making changes, when Uranus comes in, the energy of Uranus is like, you're gonna change so that you can evolve to be who you truly are. So for example, for me, when I try to be very conformist and be in my life very steadily, 9 to 5 job and being with someone and being in a house that, and having, all of this perfect life as far as how the Matrix sees it, I didn't feel good. I mean, it helped me heal a lot while I was there. But I'm somebody that likes to travel. Like Annabelle is not gonna stay in a house forever. I don't think it's gonna happen. Or if I have a base, it'll be like me traveling to places because that's how I am. Like I love to experience new things. It's very important to who I am. When the Uranus is in retrograde, what happens is that we feel that there is a little bit less of like a need to move for some of us, because it's been in retrograde since September, and now it's going to be into the end of January. So really looking into, all right, do you feel like a bit less change are coming? Do you feel relentless because change are not happening as fast as you would like them to? Like, how do you feel this energy? So once you're allowing yourself to just sense and feel, yeah, there's like something that feels like I can't move forward, sometimes it's because it's not time to move forward already. It's just allowing that to happen. Lastly, not least, Jupiter is in retrograde until February. So Jupiter is all about joy, expansion, it's fortune, it's good news. So you can look at where again this planet is in your chart. It's about knowledge and wisdom, and what we're really being invited to is how can we see what are the limitations that we placed upon ourselves, because Jupiter like has no bounds, right? It is completely open. So can we remember to look into ourselves and say, okay, what are the limitations I placed upon myself that are not working for me anymore? They're actually not real. I went to a very beautiful place yesterday, and it was saying like the only real limits there is the one that we placed upon ourselves. Right, that really resonates with this Jupiter and retrograde. Look into that for yourself and see how you could be supporting yourself by seeing it differently. All right, enough of the planets for now. I'm going to be starting probably next year to do some readings, so you'll see that coming when I'm ready. For now, I'm doing little mini readings with the parts that I've learned so far. And for those that have learned, astrology is quite complex. We need to have a conversation, because an energy has different layers of consciousness. So you can have, a planet in X sign, but you have a lower frequency, and then you have the middle frequency and the high frequency. And the high frequency being like you're actually empowered, and sometimes you even have it whether in excess, or you have it like you don't have enough of this energy and you need to boost it. So it really depends how you've experienced life so far and what your soul has come here to experience. So now, the energies for the month of December. So I think the introduction about the retrogrades tells you a lot. Slow down, enjoy time with you. I'm gonna be channeling kind of live today. I don't have anything written. I didn't really prepare much other than those, because I wanted to make sure I was sharing the right information with you with Mercury in retrograde. All right, so what I'm hearing by my guides, it's always asking them to share through me the highest love, the highest guidance for all of you, to support for the highest and greatest good of the whole of this planet, for you individually and everyone collectively. What I'm hearing is that we're here to slow down because there's a door opening in front of us. There's a portal of change. I'm not seeing like a chaotic change. I think we can all feel like we were in a washing machine for the last 11 months of 2024. Jesus, I know I was. This is so many changes, so many energies that were intense. But what I'm sensing is right now, it's like smooth sailing to the place where we have called ourselves upon it. So it's like I'm gonna share a personal story because I think it's gonna help you understand what I'm seeing. When I chose to come here, I'm in the Caribbean in Mexico, and I was sitting and I could see the water calling me. I could sense that was the next place for me to go, and I didn't know where, and I didn't know the towns, and I didn't, I lived in Merida before, which is upper in the Yucatan area. But I was like, I don't know, I don't want to be there really. I want to experience something different. And I could see at some point the name of the town dropped. And then I could feel the energies were like just, like it's like there was a magnet in the city where I'm at, and I just needed myself to smooth sail to this place. So I had to allow my intuition to guide me to this place, like knowing, okay, for me, I've been practicing that for many years now, so I understand if for you it can be maybe more difficult. If you need help for that, I have a channeling course and so many other things I can help you with to connect more to your intuition and let yourself be guided by it. But overall, it was like, okay, this is where I'm going. I don't know how, I don't know where I'm gonna stay, I don't know anyone there, and I know not everybody's gonna choose the life I chose, but I could feel things moving. And it was not perfect. The first place where I lived was super tiny, probably the smallest place I've ever lived in. I couldn't wait to move to somewhere new, but now I am in this more spacious place where actually I can breathe. The energies, the colors, everything feels super aligned for now. For me, decisions are usually temporary for the time being, but I'm okay with that because that's kind of part of my mission anyway. So, what is the magnet for you? Is it a new job that's pulling you forward? Is it a new relationship? Is it a new way of being? Is it you allowing yourself to be more authentic? What is it? They're showing me there's a thread between your heart and this magnet that's pulling you, I'm full of chills, pulling you into this new reality. What is it for you? Are you allowing yourself to actually dream so big to be able to actually get there? Do you feel comfortable enough in your own skin to give yourself this chance to dream big? That's all about that too. Month of December, yes, a celebration, it's family. For me, it's not really family because I'm abroad and I'm in a new town, so I don't know much people yet here. But it's not just about others, right? A lot of the time this month is like chaotic, like buying gifts and this and that. We know how crazy and frantic it can become. If the themes of this month are slowing down, it's not about everybody else, it's about us. All of those planets in retrograde are like, hey, what's happening within you? What is it that you want? Can you allow yourself to get magnetized there? It feels like a different way of, I'm so full of chills. Like it feels like a new earth energy that comes from us. Some people call it true earth. Some people call it the true divine matrix, whatever it is that you call it. We're being magnetized to where we're supposed to go. It's also in allowing this process to happen that you're going to see the differences in your life. But of course, every time we're about to shift, lots of things crumble. I've had a lot of crumbling of things before I get here in front of this camera in the last few months, right? And it doesn't feel comfortable. So I don't know where you're at in this process. Are you just feeling the pull to get something new and you're excited and you feel you're being called somewhere and you're like, really? Like it's like the path is opening in front of you and you just have to actually see yourself just being like, being placed to your new timeline? Or are you in this destruction, this chaotic energy where you're like, holy, I need to breathe, surrender, and remember the universe has my back, because my ego, my mind, my inner child are all freaking out at this time. Been there, done that. Know how it feels. So really allowing yourself to let the parts of you crumble if they're not the real you. You're here to experience so much more of this experience on earth than what you allow yourself to experience. This is also a theme we're going to look into in my 30-day abundance immersion. Because even for me, how many times was I seeing myself like that small and the impact I had on people that small, and then the amount in my bank account that I could receive, and then how much like things could evolve for me and the type of relationship I could have. And it was just like, it took so much time to let things crumble inside so that I could break free. It's like you have an egg that you're breaking free of, like those beautiful mini dragons coming out. Dragon energy is very much with us since a few months now. So like you have this inner dragon within you, this part of you, inside of you, that's like, okay, I've been in my nest, protected, being nourished, I'm ready to shine now. Enough of this BS of me seeing myself small, that I can't do it, that life has to be this way, that way. You decide what you want to create in your life. And I'm telling you, there's a lot of magnetized energy that wants to pull you out of where you're at to bring you on the other side. Or you're going to allow this process to happen, or you actually going to block it because you're going to fear, or you're going to share it with people that are not like-minded souls, and they're going to just tell you that it's impossible, they shouldn't be doing this, and blah, blah, blah. I've had those people around me too. A lot of people, because they don't make the changes from themselves, they cannot see that you're going to be able to do it. They don't see it for them, right? So it's like a reverse, a projection. It's a reverse fear. They place their fears onto you. So this inner reflection, whatever is happening astrologically, whatever is happening universally, whatever is happening everywhere, what is happening inside? What have you seeded back last year that you're ready to reap now? We're not gonna wait till January. We're gonna start sensing, feeling, living, experiencing the energies that we're ready to experience now. So that's kind of a nice energy, I feel. But you need to allow yourself to go through that. And if it's hard for you to let go, to surrender, because it feels like you need to control, I've been there too. And I still have to like be wary of where my energy is going, because when I'm in my spiral thinking that the choice I'm gonna make might not be the right one, and what if it doesn't work, and what if this, what if that, I'm siphoning my own energy down, and it's really even harder to make a decision. But if I stop thinking, I do something fun, I go for a nice walk, I connect, I laugh, I dance, then I'm like, why was I even asking myself between this and that? Maybe it's not even those two options, or maybe it's super clear in my head, that's what I need to do. But you need to be able to drop in your heart. You need to be able to listen in and to connect to your guide. There's so many tools that I could share with you. Reach out if you need any support. I hope that you're going to be able to slow down, to gift yourself the gift of being able to look in, to journal if you like to journal, to write down, to burn the limiting beliefs, the blockages that you have. Again, I have my 30-day abundance immersion. Join us there. You're not going to be doing it on your own, and we're going to have so much exciting things together. So I'm inviting you again to this container. The link will be below to join. And if you're needing any more one-on-one support, please ask me. And join any of my platforms. You're gonna have free things, and I might do more lives on my YouTube channel. to connect with you all more live there. I feel like this is maybe a platform I should invest more time into. If that's something you'd like to see me more live there and maybe connect with you more, and maybe just share more of those channel messages that feels so good when I channel them and receive the energy live with me, would love to do that. So if that's interesting to you, please comment below, hashtag live. If you're wanting more support and you're not sure how, you can put hashtag support. And if you're wanting to connect with me in any way, you have all of the links in the description box below. There's 3 dots, you press that and all of the information about me will be there. All right, on that note, I wish you a beautiful month of December, remembering that the energies, once the retrogrades are ending, then the energy slowly go back. It's not like completely retrograde and then going back up online. So it takes a bit of days to kind of have the direct energy. So allow yourself to truly feel that it's okay, that we're being held. There's a reason for all of those planetary things happening. There's been a lot of solar activities, so your energy could go up and down. Give yourself the time to be able to allow yourself to sleep, to eat different, to connect in, to, that's where we're at. We're not going backwards, we're going ascension. Ascension is like this, it's not like that. All right, sending you so much love. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.